Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people and my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast. For today, we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from June the 25th, 1988. I'm sitting here with Doc and Hard Body Harper.
Hey.
Lovely Wednesday night. It is very, very late. It's past me and Doc's bedtime, but we are committed and we deliver, and we're here for you, our wonderful listeners. But Doc, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. You know why? Because this is the show that's been in existence about 17 times longer than Eric Bischoff's last stint in the WWE.
Well, that didn't last too long, huh?
It sure didn't, man. I've been just soaking in on this recent current product news that's going on, man. I watched NWA and saw some docking on there, and Briscoes whipped Harper's boys' asses last week at ROH.
Yeah.
I saw some Impact on the other night.
Yeah.
AEW's doing stuff. And Bischoff's out. Bruce Pritchard stuck a knife in his bag. There's just a lot of good stuff going on there. I'm just feeling blessed. I mean, I need all of this wrestling on TV to take my mind and my troubles off of my football worries. But,
oh no.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Oh no. Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
How long is he going to last for?
He's already on borrowed time as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Yeah. Harper, you sound good over there. It seems like you've come down off of your trip from last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you how was it? It seems like you were on the other side of consciousness last week. With
That's
that
nice.
Have you sobered up?
So as of this show dropping, that show hasn't dropped yet because of how we have to record.
What's going on?
I don't know. People bother me. What the fuck is that shit?
This is why people leave 1-star reviews. Like, what?
Fuck them.
The guy tuned in and goes, "What the hell was this?"
All I know.
I used to get upset by the 1-star reviews, but I kind of start to see them as a badge of honor because those people don't get it.
I just don't understand why you would. It's like a Yelp review. If you go to a restaurant, if you don't like it, just don't go back.
So you're bothered. You're bothered. It bothers you?
It bothers me that they gotta go and fucking bury something. Just don't go back.
That goes back to you not liking social media. Everybody's got to have a voice, Harper. It's
no, they don't. Just don't go back, bro.
Everybody needs to have their valuable opinion heard.
I can't stand that.
We've got to get everybody's opinion into the big data algorithm so we can know how to live.
Like, oh my God, I went there. The service was so horrible, and now, then fucking don't go back.
All right. Speaking of opinions, Before I ask Harper an opinion that he shared with me on a phone call last night when we weren't recording, he just had to call me about something. I want to give a shout out to our largest patron contributors monthly, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Kyle Riley, Mike Childry, and special shout and new Patreon shout outs to Joe Moon and Greg Russell. Thank you for joining on Patreon. And a shout out to Nick Fawcett as well, aka Judge Fawcett. Thanks for bumping up your pledge, my friend. We appreciate it. Now, Doc, you are not aware of what I'm about to ask Harper, but Harper turned on AEW for the first time. By the time this airs, it'll be about 2 weeks ago. And Harper's initial reaction was what, Harper?
It was fucking garbage. The only good thing was I turned it on. I heard Tony Schiavone's voice. I'm like, man, I felt like I was watching Nitro again. It's like, man, this is fucking great. Then the Young Bucks came out, and I was like, okay, let me see what all the fuss is about with these two. And then and
then it was over, and you were still wondering what all the fuss was about.
Dude, and then the fucking Party Time guys came out. The fucking private party dudes. And I'm like, man, this is not for me. This is so not for me.
What about Jericho at the end cutting a promo?
I didn't even keep on that long. Fuck that.
Okay.
I already got my little taste, bro. Yeah, fuck you. And I just didn't. Fuck, I don't want to just sound like everyone else, like some crusty old fucking asshole, like the fucking off my lawn for fucking Mr. Wilson, from fucking Dennis the Menace, but it just, no, bro. No.
So let me see how old you really are. What'd you think of NWA Powerrr?
That was badass.
There you go. Now you really are old, and it was badass.
It was badass.
You know what I liked about NWA, the first NWA Powerrr, and now it's several weeks old, but I loved it at the end when they started talking to Nick Aldis and his broad sitting there, and boy, she is something, by the way. And they keep trying to ask her questions, and he won't let her talk. Now that's some 2019 heel work right there.
Yeah, that reminded me of Macho and Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, back when you could do that kind of thing, but this is 2019.
Yeah. Right.
He was like, nah, you don't need to talk to her. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to rile Harper up anymore, but like Harper doesn't call me all the time. He'll text me, so I know when he calls me, it's something important.
Bruh.
Go ahead.
I'm watching a stunt show done by people that aren't stuntmen.
That's right. And
that's what I'm watching.
Bad acting by people.
Very bad acting. And it's like, I think I told y'all this once before. I was watching Captain America Winter Soldier. It was on TNT at fucking USA. And I'm sitting there watching it. And it's Captain America versus the Winter Soldier. And they're going back and forth and punching. And Captain America gets thrown to a car and he jumps right back up again and starts fighting again because he's Captain America. He's a fucking superhero. And that's where I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, this must be where they get their shit from. Must be what the fuck they copy. Because they fucking hit each other. He goes down. He's back up again like nothing happened. It's like, this must be where they get their fucking wrestling from. And I was telling Mike this shit. It's like, you take 9 out of the 10 wrestlers that we grew up watching from the 80s to fucking 90s or whatever. I was telling them, picture if you walked into a Circle K and you saw Ron Simmons was the cashier. Take away the wrestling, he was Florida State football player. Big old Ron Simmons is there selling lotto tickets and fucking cigarettes. You ain't gonna fuck with him. Because he's this big badass motherfucker. Even if he's not a wrestler, you still don't want to fuck with him. These motherfuckers, I would so fuck with. These are the motherfuckers. If I saw walking down the stairs, I would just push him down the stairs just to be an asshole. Because, I mean, what are you going to do? Kick my ass? No. That's just, and I just missed that. I missed that. That's what I was telling Mike. If you saw Hercules Hernandez was your mailman you still wouldn't fuck with him.
Or if Arn Anderson was my mailman.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's just, and these motherfuckers don't.
Well, here's the thing. I've got a theory about this, and we need to get started on this in our show in a minute, because we ain't here all night. But here's the problem with all of it. And I've been thinking about this for a while, but Harper, you just gave me the opening here to get my shit in, as Mike likes to say. When rock and roll started, it was based off of what? Rhythm and blues music. And so the bands like Led Zeppelin, that even though they were kind of rock and roll and metal, had some heavy metal in them, they were still based on the blues. So in the 80s and 90s, you still had guys that, even though it's pro wrestling, it was still based on the core fundamentals of trying to beat somebody's ass. You get further and further away from it with either hip hop or other forms of music. It ain't rock and roll anymore. These guys aren't doing wrestling anymore. You said it earlier. They're doing gymnastics routines.
Yep. It's a stunt show.
And it ain't what it was, because it ain't trying to be what it was. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna like it either. And it ain't ever gonna just morph back into it unless it's intentional. I thought the NWA show wasn't the same as the old days, but it was at least they were trying. They were playing the blues. Those guys still have to learn how to do it. How does Tim Storm stay that in shape at 53?
Bro, and that's another thing. Tim Storm is 53 years old. I wouldn't fuck with fucking Tim Storm, but I would definitely fuck with all the young bucks and the fucking party time fucking dudes.
There you go.
I'll fuck with all four of them at the same time.
Damn.
But fucking Tim Storm he's fucking 10 years older than me, and I wouldn't fuck with Tim Storm.
So part of the reason that rock and roll got away from the blues-based deal was everybody started doing it. Corny said this on a show last week, I think. Or Jericho said it on one of his podcasts recently. It used to be that you had to be really good at your instrument to play, and then you get into things, and like Nirvana was all right, and those bands were good, but it opened the door for everybody that came after them. And then everybody was in a band. Hell, I was in bands. Everybody I knew was in bands. Everybody's trying to play wrestler, but that's not... There's no more rock stars because everybody's doing it. There's no more stars in wrestling because everybody's doing it. There needs to be some sort of...
A filter?
Yeah, a filter to this thing that says, you know, I'm going to walk on... when I walk in the room, people know that I'm different than you.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't exist, then nobody's going to buy a ticket. Now, guess who likes it that way? Vince, because that way he's the star, and his promotion is the star, and the stars aren't the stars, and that's what started another part of the big problem.
Two things. I've accepted this. I told Harper this. I'm actually pulling for AEW because I want there to be some freaking alternative.
I want to see him do well.
You just want Triple H to be at the helm when it all goes down. We know.
I really don't care. But my point is, I want some alternative to be in place that at least has something, so that I do not have to, when I want to flip it to freaking current wrestling, I don't have to watch this homogenized bullshit called the WWE where it's cookie cutter, the promos are scripted. To Harper's point, he's right about that opening match in AEW with the flips and dives and all that and everything he said about the Bucks. I ain't got nothing against the Bucks. I ain't trying to hate on them. I respect their hustle. But if I'm in a fight in a dark alley and it's me and Harper against those two, I'm going to look at Harper and go, is this a joke? I mean, do we really need to, like, try not hurt him as we fight our way out of this? Or do we hurt him? Like, it's not even a question. Whereas when Harper says, if I saw Ron Simmons at my age I am right now, in his prime, and Harper, it was Ron Simmons and JBL, I'd look at Harper and be like, fuck, man. We're gonna go down dying, but this ain't gonna be pretty. There's a difference. I mean, that's just part of it. But like, I want to see him succeed because Jericho did cut a good promo, and it was real, and it was authentic, and it wasn't stuff you see on that cookie cutter show. Now, NWA, man, Harper's point about, you know, when you see these guys back in the day, and you were like, damn, I would not mess with them. To this day, Eli Drake, I'm gonna think twice before I go start throwing some hands with him. I don't know if he can fight for real, but I'm gonna think twice. James Storm, I don't know, man. He looks real enough to me. Nick Aldis, he looks real enough to me. Tim Storm, he looks real enough to me. That's 4 guys right there in that promotion. Now, I know they got some other guys maybe that don't fit that bill. My point is, though, when you tune into that, that's the closest thing to what we grew up watching. And it's not just because it's in the studio. It's because, damn, they actually got some believable people on there. Now, everybody ain't believable. Don't get me wrong, but you still kind of like, you turn your head and you're like, huh, all right. Am I preaching, Harper, or am I off base?
No. I mean, even Trevor Murdoch's old fucking ass. Fucking, I won't fucking want to piss him off.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah. But anyway, Harper, any other thoughts on the Young Bucks and Private Party match that eternally pissed you off and you called me and said, I can't do this, bro?
I can't do it. I don't know, bro. If that's your thing, rock it out. It's not aimed towards me. Whatever. I'm not in that demographic. It's so not catered to me.
And I'm with him. With that said, how about we get into some Saturday Night, Doc?
Oh, it would be a blessing.
All right, let's do it then. So, again, this is June the 25th, 1988, Saturday Night on TBS. And the show starts off, it's the same clip from last week with Luger and Big Bear Khali and Flair beating up Ricky Santana. And we also get a quick fireworks display since the Great American Bash is coming up on July the 10th. We got to get that ring recorded, Doc, and Harper, if you're not out banging one Friday night.
Yeah.
But anyway, they then go directly to the studio, and JR addresses how we will find out more about the letter exchange between Sullivan and Precious that we saw at the Clash, for those who watched it on or listened to us on our Patreon. And then we go straight to the ring, where it's Sting who defeats Jerry Price. Doc, anything from the opening match with Sting and Jerry Price?
Does the Sting match then lead to a Sting promo?
Of course.
God, does it.
Then my note here is, and this will be interesting for all of you who have followed this last year with me. Sting is terrible. I like Luger better than Sting.
That's saying a lot from you.
Right, because everybody knows how I feel about these guys, but Luger is light years more watchable right now than Sting is. And what happened to Sting? He wrestled for the title 3 months ago or 4 months ago and was the next star, and now he's back to being a weirdo jabroni.
Harper, let me play this because it's only about a minute and a half, and I do have some candid comments about this promo. But let's play it, and then we'll go to Harper first.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Stinger. And I see all the other Stingers out there.
Yeah, there's a few Stingers out there, all right. They're howling too. A lot of them getting close. It's just like this, though. Ow! Don't forget to use the hands just like that so everybody can hear it. Let's talk about the bastards of pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. You can buy it and get it in your own home. They have more fights in your living room than I had, let's say, in my living room a long time ago when I was having fun. You know what else I did, David?
What's that?
I went out and bought a little portable TV, just in case. You see this right here? July 10th, the Big Bash in Baltimore, where, yes, a total package. Yeah, it's going to do the number to the Nature World. But anyway, getting back to my portable TV, I bought it and thought, I'm going to have my cable hooked up to this thing, too. Then I thought to myself, what am I doing? I'm in the thing.
That's right, you are.
Against Arn and Tully, yeah. I'm in it and I can't wait. And if you come out there and buy one of these shirts, I swear to you, they'll have them in sizes that fit. See this thing? The bicep just kind of wants to pop right out of there. Oh! Some people out there don't like the Stinger too much, might say, well, he's got an extra small on. Ha! It's a double extra large. How's that? Oh!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Stinger. The Great American Bash starts tomorrow in Orlando.
Harper, you go first.
Man, that's bad, huh?
That's how you get to That's how you get to AEW one day.
That's yeah. Fuck that. Oh, he's still young though. That's how you gotta look at it. He's still learning. He's still learning the ropes, like that great TV show.
We're hemorrhaging money, Harper. We're about to have to sell the company. We need somebody to save us. That ain't it.
Yeah, that ain't it, man. That's not it with him. Yeah, this is size 2X. Ah! Oh, God. Yeah. Everything there said, nah, I'm not getting this pay-per-view. Fuck you and your portable TV.
I was a Sting fan. I can't lie.
I was a Sting fan too, but this is bad. I mean, what's the portable TV got to do with anything?
Well, it wasn't just that. He starts talking about the pay-per-view, and then he says, I'm going to be a portable TV, and then he's like, and I'm going to give me some cable hooked up to it, and then he goes, oh, wait, I'm in the bash. I don't have to do that. What?
I don't know.
I'm with you, Harper. This wouldn't make me want to buy it. Doc, you said you had some comments.
That was it. Luger's they've made the right decision. Luger's a more viable opponent at this point.
He just need not talk during this time. That's the problem.
Yeah, Sting's just a jackass, man. He's just like a
Damn.
He's like the guy that's like the assistant manager at the fucking Radio Shack, and he drives a fucking nice car, and he's got some little shithead apartment in Fat City, and he's going out fucking every night.
Well, what kind of car does he drive?
It's a sports car, but it's not a fancy sports car.
A Fiero?
A Ford Probe. He's got a Ford Probe.
Wow.
That's what he's driving because he can't afford the Mustang. So he said, oh, well, fuck it. I guess I'll get the Probe.
Wow. God, I remember those. Holy crap. What a piece of crap those were.
Yeah.
I had a friend who had one. That thing was falling to pieces, and he only had it for like a few years. I was like, man. Okay, let's keep it moving. So after Sting's promo, we got it on right now. We got the Russian Assassin and Ivan. I don't even have the name of the enhancement talents that they are beating, but JR is talking about the scaffold match that is being booked, which will be Ivan and the Russian Assassin versus the Road Warriors. Good Lord. Now they want to put them on a scaffold. Doc, thoughts from this, if anything?
Man, there's just a lot of gimmick matches that are bad ideas going around here. This tower idea is going to be bad. The scaffold's a bad idea. Sometimes you just got to say, let's just solve it in the ring and be out and done with it.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
What makes this guy Russian?
They put a mask on him and put black and red tights on him.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you Russian.
He was born in Russia?
Okay.
I mean, we didn't know who he was back then. I mean, we know who he is now, but yeah. Hey, look, we making fun of him. I mean, but hell, he's better than Pietrov when they brought him in.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about him until he popped up.
Where's Boogie Woogie, man?
He's at home.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this show be better if Boogie Woogie was still running around every once in a while?
Yeah, and Pez and what was his tag team partner?
Lasertron?
No. He's talking about Tiger Conway.
Yeah.
Or Boogie Woogie or Bugsy. Where's Bugsy?
No, I'm with Harper, man. We had some fun with the jive tones, man.
Where are the jive tones, man?
Dude, those dudes brought so much laughter when they hit that move. We laughed uncontrollably during that episode. Oh man, they were shucking and jiving, and Jesus Lord. That was the episode that got heat on the YouTube page because Harper said something about the car smelled like weed and cocoa butter.
Come on.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's not classy.
We took some heat on that one. Okay, let's keep going in the show. We got a Great American Bash plug that, it's taking place Sunday, July 10th. They talk about Flair versus Luger, Dusty versus Barry, the Tower of Doom, the Midnights versus the Fantastics, etc., etc. And then they go to a promo with Paul Jones, Russian Assassin, and Ivan Koloff. I honestly have nothing from it. They're trying to draw up interest in this match with the Road Warriors, but the problem is it's too late. The Powers of Pain deserted them, and you just can't snap your fingers and have me invested in a feud when there's no heat. I mean, like, this guy comes out of nowhere, and It's just not working for me. But what are your thoughts, Doc?
I think you said what I was thinking.
Will they actually have a scaffold match with this poor bastard?
No.
Okay.
That's the other bad part. Well, not at the bash, but that. Oh my God. So I don't want to give it away, but
all right,
let's just say it's got something to do with the Tower of Doom. But anyway, we'll
oh yeah, that's right. He's in the Tower of Doom.
Yeah, so we'll keep going. But again, it's just I don't blame the Powers of Pain, but them leaving didn't do them any favors for the bash. But that's that. We then go to a promo. Let me get to it. Oh, Harper, you got anything else from this before I go to this right here?
No.
All right. So here it is. I'm getting it queued up. JR interviews Jim Crockett.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Ross back.
Come on.
Of course, it freezes.
Come on. Make the network work.
God, come on.
Look at
Come
JR.
on,
He still got that look on his face like, I'm going to stab that bastard Tony Schiavone right in his fucking back.
Hey, that's your 2019 AEW announce booth.
Yeah.
2/3 of it.
While I'm refreshing the page so I can get back to JR. Doc, did JR make you vomit at all when he compared the Young Bucks to the Rock and Roll? Did you?
Have you ever heard JR say on his podcast that when you cash a man's check, you do what they tell you to do?
Yes.
Boy, that's prophetic when you think about what he says.
Mm-hmm. That's like when he talked about Harley Race. When Harley Race died, they had a big special, a podcast on him, and it's like people asked, why did he do the whole King gimmick in WWE? It's like because he had a family to feed. He's got bills to pay.
JR would rather talk. Let me put it this way, and I'm not trying to be a dick here. I think this is the truth. There's two things at play for JR. One is, unless he's flying high on Blue Chew, he is still mourning the loss of his wife. So it's much better for him to be engaged in the business than it is sitting at home in Norman, Oklahoma, thinking about it.
Yeah, I agree.
The second thing is, if he's ever going to do anything ever again, that the sands are coming out of the hourglass. So it's now or never. These opportunities don't come along very often. And whatever you think, the owner of that joint is a billionaire. So not many billionaires come along to run wrestling companies. And I think those two things means he'll say whatever he needs to say that his bosses want him to say, to not be sitting at home and to have one last chance. So I don't blame him for that. I mean, shit. How many pay me things do you do at work every day, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't blame him. I'm just like, oh my God, he really said that.
I mean, how long? If we weren't going to play by the rules, how many people would you cuss out tomorrow at work before noon?
I just remember that time you said, I forgot it. I forgot how you phrased it, but you were talking about, I just want to pass one day to come in here and just cut promos on people, like real life vicious promos. And I think you and I were like, I can make somebody cry within 30 seconds.
I can make them all cry.
And like we were arguing over like, I can't say it, but I mean, I was like, I would walk into such and such's office and just be like,
I think what we said was something like we would be like the guys in the ring when a mark jumped in the ring, elbowing each other to get at them.
Something like that.
So JR, I mean, I don't mind JR doing those things. He's got a job to do, and he's going to do it. He's all right.
As Corny said, when you're getting 7 figures from somebody, it makes you say some crazy things.
Hey man, if your check's got 2 commas in it, you better salute.
Yeah, for real. Fuck, I'll be saying fucking retarded ass shit too, man.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's go to Cornette now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Ross back here for World Championship Wrestling here on the Superstation. I'd like to bring in Jim Crockett of the National Wrestling Alliance. Mr. Crockett, we've got a big summer ahead of us. The Bash, of course, starts tomorrow night, but one of the big events in Baltimore on July 10th is involved with Jim Cornette in a straitjacket. I know you've heard a lot about that.
I've heard a lot about that and from Mr. Cornette. But we've had the privilege of signing for some of the bashes a handicap bunkhouse match. Jim Cornette in the ring in wrestling tights. This is worth seeing, believe me. Several years ago, we sort of coerced him into it, and he is going to be in a handicap bunkhouse match. Anything goes, but on July the 10th, Sunday, July the 10th, in a straitjacket, up in the top of the Baltimore Arena, where he can't interfere. The Fantastics take on the Midnight Express for the U.S. Tag Team title.
And, he gets nosebleeds, when he's that high up. And look who's joining us.
I think I have a phone call.
Listen, good friend, buddy, pal. I've been trying here. You looked a little thirsty. I brought you a Coke. Go ahead, take it. It's free. Listen, I got to tell you this, Jimmy. Now, I heard you talking about these matches, and I know this will come as a surprise to you. I've been trying to get you on the phone for the past couple weeks. We don't talk like we used to. You know that, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's right.
We used to be so close. But anyway, I've been trying to call you. You may not realize this is going to come as a surprise, but I never actually agreed to be in the bunkhouse match or to be in that straitjacket. It wasn't my idea, and I didn't want to do it. Now, I know had you realized that you would have done something to change this all around and rearrange it. So I tell you what, if you'll do something, please, Jimmy, for me about that right now, then I'll be grateful. And also, my mother would be willing to pay you any amount of money for those contracts you want, even a new suit.
I've got a phone call.
A new suit.
Phone call.
What about a swimming pool?
Well, Mr. Crockett's got a phone call.
What is he doing?
He's doing.
Walking out on me again every time I come out here. Every time I come out here to talk to him, he won't return my calls and he walks away from me. Now, let me tell you something. As far as July the 10th in Baltimore goes, I know Jimmy Crockett's in on it. He wants to make an idiot out of me, but Fantastics, I'm going to make an idiot out of you. And after those bunkhouse matches, you're going to realize you got to be full of courage, full of guts, and full of intestinal fortitude to wrestle. And believe me, everybody out there knows Jim Cornette is full of it.
Amen to that. No true words have ever been spoken. And I want to welcome my good friend Magnum TA.
I don't actually have nothing from Magnum. Doc, you first on Cornette at the end when Corny says he's full of it.
Yeah, shut up. Now, right here on this camera angle for the patrons that are on the video feed, I thought Magnum looked pretty healthy there. So, based on the last time we saw him.
He's not as skinny looking.
Yeah, he looks like he gained a little mass. Good for him, man. I mean, he's still not... I mean... He's still messed up, but he's looking better. I was thinking, man, that's been a long time ago, too.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, but to the point Harper says, look at his, right side and how he can't even move.
Yeah.
Bro, he was in an iron lung. This is a lot better.
And if you've ever seen, I'm sure you've seen the picture of his car. All of us have, but how the hell did he live through it?
Yeah, someone shared that picture. I'm like, what the dude? It was a Porsche, I think. And I'm like, God, look at that fucking car.
That would be Chris Cepeda in the Facebook group, longtime Patreon member, been listening to this show since the beginning. He posted it, and I think we've all seen it. That's the one that they had in Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and holy shit, that car is mangled like
it looks like fucking King Kong stomped on it, bro.
Yeah. It does, man. It looks like Godzilla got a hold of it and just crunched it.
I thought Harper was going to say it looked like the Young Bucks super kicked it.
Oh.
They couldn't do that much harm.
Yeah, so I thought Corny was great. Playing off Crockett was good. And once again, in the continuing adventures of JR and Corny interplay and getting the last word in, JR was funny to me there.
Harper, what about you?
We all saw Crockett's going to be at the StarCast, huh?
Yeah.
I did.
Both of them.
Right.
David and Jim.
How badass is that?
Why aren't we there?
Yeah, Mike.
I mean, y'all can pay y'all way, but I certainly ain't going until somebody pays me to go.
Well, that's what I mean. Is he listens to the show, Conrad, buddy. If you want to get
Conrad, now you're his buddy?
Well, no. I mean, we're friends in the sense that we're all in the same, we share professional etiquette, right?
He always hits me up for fucking financial advice. Like all that shit that he's talks about, that's all me, bro.
That's awesome right there, what Harper just said.
Is that why you carry a briefcase so that you can plot the latest futures report from the stock market?
Yeah, with my Popular Mechanics magazine and shit.
So What Doc is saying is, if y'all want us at StarCast, I need each and every one of y'all on Twitter to tag Conrad and ask him, why aren't the BTT guys at StarCast?
And he's going to say, who the fuck are the BTT guys?
Well, you know what's funny? Somebody, I don't remember who this was, because this was a couple weeks ago. Somebody on Twitter sent him a message and said, what's with the beef with the BTT guys? and they tagged me and him. And Conrad responded and said, I have no clue what you're talking about. I have no clue what beef you're talking about.
Still sell it now. Come on, Conrad.
Anyway, he said that. I was hoping he would. I don't remember who sent it, so I'm sorry. But I was hoping the person who sent it would send him back a reply, but they didn't. I thought that would have been great, but I never responded to it. I just was like, I was waiting to see how it played out, but nothing else happened. But anyway, tag Conrad on Twitter and say, hey, where are the BTT guys? Why are they not being booked for StarCast? And we'll leave it at that. Anyway, we'll keep going because right now in the ring, we have Brad Armstrong, Tim Horner, and Kendall Windham versus Cruel Connection 1 and 2 and Max MacGyver. And Harper, your thoughts on the lime green Cruel Connection mask guys?
You know what they look like, bro? Y'all probably never watched it, but when the Power Rangers first fucking started out, they had these little gray guys. I forgot their name, but they were like the little like jobber guys that the Power Rangers would fucking beat up. That's what they look like.
The wrestling. That's what they look like?
Uh-huh.
Jesus. I mean, this one guy, he's kind of chunky, huh, Harper?
I mean, they're all... this whole thing is stupid.
I think
what makes them cruel? That I got to sit here and watch this shit?
It's cruel that you have to watch them.
Fuck. They fucking look like they got the fucking green screen when they put the little balls on them. And they got to jump around and shit, like for fucking Madden video games and all.
Well, the one that's in the ring right now, body slamming Tim Horner, he because of his like size, he reminds me of one of them. The Teletubby gimmick. Back in the day.
That's nice.
He looks like one of the Teletubbies, man.
It's like, bro, we've already seen the fucking gladiators.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep going. The Armstrong, Horner, Windham, they win. We then go to the Spam Slam of the Week, which goes to Tommy Rogers. Anything else from that before I keep going and go to Dusty Rhodes' promo?
I'm going to be honest with you. I fast-forwarded through that match, and it looks like I went right past the Spam Slam of the Week.
Spam Slam.
It was very quick.
Hey, Pam. Hey, Pam from marketing. We need you to, Pam, do the Spam Slam. See, get it? It all rhymes.
It's
Pam
Slam. Brought to you by Hormel, maker of Spam and other fine products.
Fine products. That's a rib. All right, let's keep going. Dusty Rhodes is coming out, and he's feeling good. He thinks Luger will win the title. Let's see what he has to say.
Back to the Superstation, ladies and gentlemen. We know that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is very deeply involved in this summer's Great American Bash. His situation...
Man, this is getting ridiculous, bro.
Hey, I need you to get the network fixed.
Yeah.
I hope these shareholders love this new network. Here it is.
Know that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is very deeply involved in this summer's Great American Bash. His situation with Barry Windham has certainly reached the boiling point. And earlier this week, in the volunteer state of Tennessee, Dusty Rhodes had this to say with Tony Schiavone.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we talked before, we are less than 1 week away right now from the big event. Right now, as Barry Windham is walking back to his dressing room, we'd like to bring in the one and only American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Jim Ross said it. It's almost time for the big event, and I know from seeing Barry Windham that he is prepared.
Ain't it good to be alive and raising hell in Tennessee? Yeah. The bottom line is the Great American Bash is now on the air. Live and in color, Jack. Barry Windham, you're nothing but a yellow dog like the rest of the Four Horsemen. The other bottom line is my man Stinger, my man Nikita Koloff, the Dr. Death, the baddest man in the world. And my brothers of the road road warrior. We through taking names and writing them down. Now, as the name taking is over, the honey kicking gonna stop. It's gonna start now. It's gonna run through the summer, and it's hot, hot, hot in public, if you will. I've never been a man to back down from anybody. You got to understand, Bear Windham, you're a snotty-nosed punk kid. I'm gonna take my U.S. title and put it back around my waist where it belongs. The other bottom line is that the world's heavyweight wrestling champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, finally now meets his greatest challenge. Lex Luger will be the new world's heavyweight wrestling champion. Yeah. It made me think just a little bit in public again. Bob Dillon said one time, he said to me, Bobby D said, you know, sometime life is a drag, sometime life is a bust, but we all got to do what we must. We got to keep on, baby. And now then, we gonna start keeping on. My brother's gonna kick some booty this summer, baby. That's the bottom line. I love you, Tennessee. I want to say hello to all my fans. Fairview and Allen, Texas. The Big Dust is coming home tonight, baby.
Dusty does not want to cut a promo in the studio, in my opinion. But, Doc, what do you have?
I actually thought it was good. He's over. I think they're in Johnson City for some reason there.
Yeah.
He's over, man. And I like what he's doing there. He's trying to get other guys over, so I like that. We talk a lot of times about him pushing himself, but I like that. I thought that was a good promo.
I didn't say it was bad. I'm just saying he does not want to be in a studio.
Don't you think that some of that, I know what you're saying. You're saying it's because he gets ridiculed there.
Well,
I just agree. You think he's hiding from the studio?
Hell yeah.
I think he's still in that he comes from that era that he's above it.
He don't think he's above it, or he wouldn't be jarring back with people telling the fat broad that time, I'm going to kick your fat ass out if you don't shut up. He can't no-sell it.
You really get mad at people that can't no-sell.
It's not that, Doc. The problem is you are supposed to be the top baby face. You cannot give these saps and idiots the satisfaction to know they are getting on your nerves in the studio. You got to no-sell it and keep it moving.
That's why you no-sell Armando Martinez and Phil Allen, huh?
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
Armando and Phil are cool.
He's still a Patreon?
Yeah, I don't have to no-sell them. What are you talking about? They're good people. I can't wait to see them at Wildcat X-Rated next year.
Oh.
I bet Armando's fucking happy with his 49ers kicking ass.
What about
on a cloud?
What about your boy Jaworski?
Oh man,
Who's that?
Steven Jaworski in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that mother. Yeah.
He realized that it's all hype.
No, he didn't. He loves his Browns, man. Win or lose, he's posting on social media about his Browns, bro. But no, I think there's something that I don't think Dusty wants to come to promo in the studio. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to do it anymore. I just think that he prefers doing it out in front of the audience, in front of a live crowd, especially in a place like Johnson, Tennessee, the South. They love him some Dusty still there. You ain't got to worry about being heckled by a studio crowd that's tired of his crap, and that's what we got right now.
Tired of his crap. Okay.
I'm just saying, man. Look, I don't hate Dusty. It just you got to be real, man. He gets insulted in the studio all the time. And the last time he was in the studio, they're chanting Barry, and he's supposed to be the babyface. So anyway, Scott Putsky is taking on Italian Stallion, and he wins. And then we get a Scott Putsky promo that I was like, Jesus Lord.
Well, he's a kid.
Yeah. He ain't Sting.
No, he ain't Sting, but
the way he wrestled, you think he's fucking Snooker's kid. With the tights and everything, and with the splash from the top rope.
Yep, that's exactly what he looked like.
The way he tried to kill a girlfriend out in the crowd.
Wait, what?
Allegedly.
You're
gonna get yourself in trouble one day.
Yeah.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble.
So he was playing football for TCU while he was doing this?
I didn't look it up to verify that. He may have been. I don't care, but I didn't look it up.
That's fucking crazy. If it's true. Imagine someone doing that now, playing fucking Power 5 football and then they wrestle during the summertime.
Right. It ain't gonna happen, but yeah. It ain't gonna happen for two reasons. One is because college football is basically pro football, if you ask me, nowadays.
Yeah.
It's a minor leagues. Anyway, Nikita and Dr. Death are next. These two, they went on for too long, and I swear at the end, Dusty got tired of listening to them and told Animal and Hawk hit the ring for their match.
Yeah.
Did you get that same impression, Harper?
Well, we never seen this before, where they doing a promo and then they just start wrestling.
Right. And I felt like it was because they went on for too long.
But then they kept going during the match.
And then the match was over.
Yeah, I don't think they got the cue. I don't think they understood. Like here, I'm gonna play the last. This is the last like 45 seconds of it. Here it is.
Know everything about wrestling, backwards and forwards, and I've tied up a few people. Now, the 10th, Baltimore, the Tower of Doom, the biggest thing in professional wrestling. Everybody in the world will be watching this match on TV, paid review. Let me tell you, with my brothers, the Road Warriors, I'll tell you one thing. When we get in that, the Road Warriors. See what I'm saying, David? Right there, the Road Warriors and myself and the Tower of Doom, Baltimore. You boys who are going to get in there with us better be ready. Is that what's going to happen in the Tower of Doom right there? More than that, Nikita. More than that. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
All right, David with two men who are ready, no doubt.
I'm telling you, I swear I feel like Dusty was like, they won't wrap this crap up. You all go out there and, because we only got an hour today or hour and a half, please go put an end to this. And Animal and Hawk ran in and beat the hell out of JC Wild and Tommy Royal, and that was it. Doc, what did you think?
I'd say that you thought more about this than I did. I was like, this is just terrible.
Yeah. And then, right when you think it's over, nah. Nikita's got to come in and guys, it's 5 seconds. Yeah.
Like he's fucking chewing on a milk bone.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to the Road Warriors. Here they are after they defeat JC Wild and Tommy Royal.
Of Doom, the Tower of Doom, and the Skywalkers match.
You know, so David Craig, every stinking year when there's some kind of different or crazy match to be held, who the hell do you think they call? They call my brother Hawk, and they call myself to kick somebody's butt. Now I have a call off. You're out here telling everybody that the end is going to come for the Road Warriors. Who are you trying to kid? You've tried with Patron. You've tried with the other bums that had to put their challenge delays and ran around town. That's how bad we beat them up. It don't matter. We've taken on all comers, and we will continue to prove to you and to everybody else why we're the #1 tag team in the world. Tell them, brother. From the streets of Chicago to the Tower of Doom, and in between a few spaz attacks in the 4th Ward of St. Pete's, we've come a long way. We're always coming strong. That's what the LOD is all about. You see, we really don't care about anything. Matter of fact, we filed for our Section 8s long ago. The Tower of Doom is the pinnacle of professional wrestling. And we are the middle of the pinnacle, the top of the line, the cream of the creme. We're the best that wrestling has to offer. A lot of people don't like to admit it because they don't want to give us credit. But we're what makes everything in professional wrestling tick. We snack on danger, we dine on death. Dead men don't make money. That's the bottom line in our book. Yeah. Oh, David.
It's too bad they don't have a dance partner to pay off an angle with. But Harper, what do you have from Hawk and Animal?
A cookie cutter promo for them. We snack on danger and dine on death. That's their little catchphrase that
Doc,
I feel they use when they don't have much to say. Because they even use that in the fucking video game in WrestleFest.
Yeah. Doc, you got the same. I had something else from Animal, but Doc, what did you have?
Well, my thing for Animal was he was out there shooting. Why do we always have to do these crazy ass matches? I was watching a shoot interview this past week with Todd Gordon. And he was talking about the early days of Eastern Championship Wrestling. And he said that there was a time where they had booked Hawk.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, this was different. And Hawk called him like 2 days before the show and said, I ain't coming. And Todd Gordon's like, what do you mean you're not coming? Dude, we've advertised you. You're on the posters, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I'm holed up with a bunch of drugs and I ain't coming.
Oh, shit. Well.
And Todd Gordon said, in a weird way, I kind of respected him for at least calling me and telling me in a couple of days and just being honest with me. And he's like, I don't know, maybe it's me, but I kind of had this weird respect for him for calling me.
There is something to that. At least he didn't no-show.
And I just watched that this week, and it made me giggle, and I thought I would bring that up. That's all. Sorry.
So what are the odds that he was 100% telling the truth there, Doc, when he told Todd Gordon that?
I would say pretty good. I mean, you could also say you were busy sucking dick and weren't going to make it.
Whoa.
I mean, why would you go to that extreme to lie if you didn't have to?
That's true too. It's nice. What are you, 12? What does Harper say?
Juvenile humor is the hat rack with which we've placed our hat with this show. So
agree. I totally agree. Which is funny because when people email or tweet me and they hate the show, that's what they say. They're like, "Oh, these friggin' 3 idiots need to grow up." No, you need to grow up.
I'm a grown ass man.
I'm a grown ass man.
You're the one. You're the one that's going by the Twitter handle Delicious. Come on, pal. I'm a grown ass man.
I'm a grown man with a job, a 9 to 5, where I'm serious all the time. If I want to get on here and cut up with my boys, well, guess what? That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, Harper, what were you about to say?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you had something.
He was doing some nursery rhyme about throwing up.
Yeah, remember that?
No, what? Remember what?
When I was 12.
When it was like, why don't you grow up? What the fuck was it, Doc? It was a Stand By Me.
Dude, that was 35 years ago.
Something about...
And I didn't care about that. I don't remember wrestling the same way it happened 35 years ago.
I don't grow up, and when I look at you, I throw up, or something like that.
Oh my
white
God.
People.
What did you say, Doc?
White people.
Grow up.
Grow up, man.
That's what broads used to tell us back in the day.
You know how we can always like test Mike's blackness?
How's that?
Mike, have you ever seen Shawshank Redemption?
Yes.
Oh, then never mind. He's white.
Okay. Have you
every
seen...
every white guy in their 40s has seen that movie 40 times.
I haven't seen it 40 times, I can tell you that.
Saving Private Ryan?
Yes, I did see that.
Have you ever read a Tom Clancy novel?
That's a negative.
God.
Okay. Well, then he's black.
What? Y'all are some dirty, evil, stupid, immature idiots.
What?
No, we'd be evil. We'd be evil if we said there was something wrong with you being black. We just correctly identified.
Y'all gotta
Right.
stop, man.
Have you ever read a Stephen King novel?
That is definitely a negative.
See, he's black.
He is. That's a bigger one than Tom Clancy. I've never read the Tom Clancy book, but I've read lots of Stephen King.
Yeah, but
You ever read
I've
fucking bruh? Read fucking Christine. That book's badass. It's better than.
Take a year, well, for you, the way you read 2 years, and read The Stand sometimes. That was good.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 pages, though, so it might take you about, as long as, if graduating college took you 20 years, The Stand might take you a while.
Sound that shit out.
Okay.
Clap the syllables, Mike. New Day Rocks.
God, you're so stupid.
Y'all are dirty, man. What are you, 12? You're so childish.
Hey,
Oh
I'm
my
not the
God.
one that stuck an associate's degree in the oven for 20 years and waited for it to turn into a bachelor's degree, pal.
All right, Kevin Sullivan and Mike Rotunda are out here. Sullivan says, if I can't have you, I'll make sure nobody wants you. Let's give it a listen.
The NWA World Television Champion, Mike Rotunda, the Games Master, Kevin Sullivan. Mr. Rotunda, you heard Dr. Death out here. He's going to take that title away.
Well, I'll tell you something, David Crockett. As you know, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. Syracuse University graduates no idiots. I'm not out here beating my brains out because I know I have to defend this title against Dr. Death, Sting, and the list goes on and on. I'm going to put the title up more times than any times before in a string every night in the Great American Bashes. This title will be on stake. But I'm going to tell you something. Sting is out here talking about bringing a portable TV. He can bring it because if he gets in the ring with me, he's going to see his face being rubbed in the mat. The Varsity Club knows what's going on here. And I'm going to tell you what, this title means a lot to me because if I get through all the bashes as a champion, I'm going to get my shot at the world title. And Steiner's off in a Turkish bath tonight, and I know the Games Master here is ready for the Temple of Doom.
All right, Games Master, you have the envelope.
I want to say one thing, and it's real clear. I hear the Road Warriors out here, and they do tell the truth. They are fierce as hell, and I must be a little deranged to get in the Tower of Doom with them. But I'm also telling the truth. I've told the truth about everything since I've been here. I told the truth that Dusty Rhodes will become the United States champion. Now last week, somebody lied on this program, and there was two people talking. One was me, and the other one was Patty. You see, you put her in a bad position.
No, wait a minute. You're the liar. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in that.
David Crockett.
She said it was, right?
Do you know women at all? Obviously you do, because they're all liars at one point. What happened was Jim Ross put her in a real bad situation last week. He brought her out here with Jimmy Garvin. Bring her out here because Patty, it's right here. It's documented. It proves that I'm not a liar. And David Crockett, there it is. Bring it back to me because it's mine personally. Read it. And we're going to find out who the liar is because in the Temple of Doom, I'm going to make one thing clear. Patty, if you don't come with me, I'm going to take that pretty little face because you're in the bottom of it and you got the key. And it'll be hell to pay because I'll get to the cage. And Patty, if I can't have you, I'm going to make sure you look ugly that nobody wants.
Let's go to the ring, folks.
Damn, he's going to disfigure her. Doc, what do you have?
That was my thing. Did he just say he was going to disfigure Patty?
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Well, he eats monkey brains. What do you think is next? He's going to whip her ass with monkey brains on his breath. Imagine getting your ass.
Valley of the Leper.
Maybe imagine getting your ass beat by somebody who's blowing monkey brain breath on you.
Oh, Jesus. Harper, your thoughts on Sullivan right there?
We could start a drinking game. Whenever someone fucks up and says Temple of Doom, we got to do a shot.
How about every time that JR says situation and Kevin Sullivan says UC?
Hey, Mike.
Drunk.
Every time someone says fucking Temple of Doom, you should do like the little sound effects of the whip. Pa-pa.
Oh, from Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
I did see that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen all of those, I think. Yeah, something like that. How many were there, Harper?
There's 4 if you include the shitty one from like 10 years ago.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So
yeah, like I don't even fucking acknowledge how a fucking 60-something-year-old man is still swinging around and fucking punching fucking Russian troops, and he's still running around from boulders and bro. Yeah, this dude's like 60-something years old doing this shit, bro. Come on.
Not believable, right, Harper?
No.
It's like a Young Buck super kick party, right?
Not that bad.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. All right. We'll keep going. The Sheepherders defeat Italian Stallion and Rick Allen. The Sheepherders, then they cut a promo. I don't have anything from it, but I can tell you that Jim Crockett, or David Crockett, introduces them as the New England, not New Zealand Sheepherders, which I thought was funny. Little slip on words, but it's just funny nonetheless. If this would have been Vince McMahon in his ear, he'd have been ripping his ass a new one, but whatever. The Sheepherders addressed the Rock and Roll Express, and the Sheepherders call them Bloody Yanks, and that they're going to get them during the Great American Bash tour. We'll have to stay tuned and see what happens. And then we get a Tully and Arn match. They defeat Joe Cruz and Tony Bowen. I'll stop there to see if Doc and Harper have anything from the Sheepherders match, their promo, or Tully and Arn. Doc, you first. Anything?
Where's the Rock and Roll at? When are they going to come out and let us see them?
That's fuck. We haven't seen them since they had the one episode when they're at the arena, right?
Yep.
The class.
Yeah.
Yep. You ain't seen them. It's been, when was the Clash? Was at the beginning of June, so working on a month now. Almost have not seen them.
Yeah, they're over. Maybe we should put them on TV.
Maybe. I mean, we've seen Mighty Wilbur. I mean, come on, you know.
I watched Kendall Williams and Tim Horner earlier.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow is right. Okay. That said, let's go to Ric Flair, who he's out here to bring up the energy level and energize us on this week's episode. Here it is.
Hello, baby.
How long will he hold on to it? How long will you hold on to the World Heavyweight title? July 10th in Baltimore, Lex Luger says he's got your number.
Well, David Crockett, have I paid any attention to all the wrestlers over the years that have said they've got my number, I would have left this great sport years ago. But the bottom line is, and it's really difficult at times for the wrestling fans or the sports fans around the world to accept the very bottom in this sport, and that is this: if you are the best at what you do, then you win at any cost. And myself, Ric Flair, just like the Los Angeles Lakers, will repeat one more time. Think about it. Now, I'm not standing out here in a bicycle shirt. I'm not wearing a Great American Bash t-shirt. The sports world and the wrestling world know what's taking place. The Great American Bash, Baltimore, Maryland, July 10th. Lex Luger, the physical phenomenon, the man that the experts are saying is going to beat Ric Flair. The man that in Baltimore, Maryland, and let's put this in the right perspective, there are over 9 million people worldwide that'll be watching this on their television screens. There'll be 15,000 people in Baltimore, Maryland. And when I walk that out, when I break that curtain, woo, look at as only I can look. Luger! Now think about it, Lex Luger. We're talking about 3 weeks. You, my friend, have got to walk that out. You've got to fulfill the dreams of a lifetime. You've got to become one of the chosen few. You gotta beat the rating. the reigning world's heavyweight champion. There's only one. Jim Crockett Promotions, the National Wrestling Alliance, make me the bottom line best wrestler in the world today because I am the world's heavyweight champion. Baltimore, think about it, Luger. 9 million people. The world will be watching to see if in 60 minutes, you can become the very best there is. Now, starting tomorrow night in Orlando, Florida, all my friends, the Road Warriors, think about it. You stand out here, all painted up, talking about life or death. But anybody that follows wrestling, read the magazines, ask your friends, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Barry Windham, and Jim Dillon are the nucleus that make our team go round and round. And each and every night, from every bash, we will put our credibility and our careers on the line. We've had stitches, we've had broken bones, we have paid the price individually and as a team. And I'm saying right now, Luger, starting in Orlando tomorrow, or Chicago, or Pittsburgh, you aren't going to make it to Baltimore because you're going to have to pay God's price for walking around Baltimore. And if you make it to Baltimore, pal, look at what you have to beat. The very best there is.
Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion, the Great American Bash. The whole world is watching.
Doc, you want to go first?
You're going to have to pay God's price. What a line.
Yeah. What price is that?
It's pretty heavy, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Then the other thing, going back a ways in that he said, you got to get out there and fulfill your life's dreams or something to that effect. Man, that's that psychology of you got to summons up everything you ever thought and dreamt about being to try to beat a guy who just does this every day because this is who I am. When you put it in that term, it makes it a David and Goliath situation for anybody to have to do because he's the mountaintop and he's telling you he's the mountaintop.
Hubbard, what do you want to add?
How many Rolexes does he have now?
All of them, but it's that girl just wear the same dress every week.
Bruh, I was thinking the same shit. Did she have one outfit from
She brought different friends, but she wore the same dress. I think she's got it backwards.
Oh, bro. Hey, Doc.
Can y'all explain what you're talking about? Because y'all do this all the time.
They got this broad with the bleached blonde hair, the typical chick you see like in a Warrant video. And she's dressed like
she's pretty cute,
Madonna. Dude. Yeah, she's an attractive woman. I'll make out with her. And she's dressed like Madonna when she was at the Material Girl fucking outfit. No, wait, that's that same fat one. She's the one that drove.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
What was that store that used to be in the mall? It started with the E, and it was like all the girls used to shop there.
Oh, shit.
Espert or something like that.
Esprit?
Yeah, that's
Jesus
probably where that.
Christ,
bro, that's where that broad got that outfit at.
God, that was like a Metairie, freaking Louisiana white broad's dream.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Well, you have a lot more options when you're not trying to stuff a big fat ass into something.
Yeah.
I don't know what Harper's talking about. He loves fat asses.
I like him thick, Michael.
Yeah, you
not fat.
You do like them thick.
I like them thick broads, but not fucking
sloppy fat.
Yeah.
Nobody
they can't have the fucking like the speed bag arms. Fuck that.
Come on.
Like the fat broads, like when they move it, it's like a speed bag, like fucking Rocky. You'd be like, potato to that fucking arms. I call that speed bag arms.
Come on.
That's fantastic. 4.5 years into this, and we still get gems. The speed bag arms. That's fantastic.
That's fucked up.
Okay. And he censors himself. That's fucked up.
Okay, so would how many okay. Let's play the Family Feud with you two guys. Survey says how many out of 100 wrestlers would bang all three of the girls just to have the turn with the girl on the left?
Well, the one on the right's not she's an attractive broad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're really asking about the one in the middle.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's a problem.
I mean, the one in the middle probably drives the fucking a fucking Plymouth Fury that she got from her grandma when her grandma died. And,
I mean, she don't look that bad, the one in the middle.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, look, that's a dude. A fat dude.
That's not a fat man. That's not a fucking AEW fan.
Oh. So how many wrestlers out of 100 that you've met would nail all three to get the shot at the two?
98.
Yeah, 98. Yeah, 99.
Yeah, almost all of them. It'd be a high percentage.
98 with you two being the only exceptions, right?
That blonde-headed girl is very attractive.
She is.
She is very pretty.
I would like to deposit children on her chin.
Come on. See what I'm talking about?
What are you, 12?
Ah, damn.
This is why we don't have sponsors, Doc.
It's just, yeah.
They're unborn children, if that helps.
That's nice.
This is why the white pill folks
they're not full children yet. I mean,
oh my God.
Jesus Christ. What is wrong with us?
Us.
Yeah, you're a part of this.
No,
we're all a part of this. We're all going down with the same ship.
Bag arms.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Mr. Conscience over here is talking about some fat bitches saddlebags.
Speed bag arms.
Potato. You can just...
You know why he's saying that? Because some of these bras that are thick that he likes, like that's one of the drawbacks to some of them. Some of them have those speed bags on.
That's a drawback to fucking anything.
Yeah, but yet the other problem he's got is that liking a thick girl when you're younger is fun because she's got big titties and she's ready to roll and it's all still kind of tight. But then when you get older, these bitches get older and they got thick because they had some kids.
Exactly.
What was that?
Oh, my computer was a notification that just popped up.
So then you got to nail a girl that's questionably thick and not as tight together. And she's got these snot-nosed kids running around, and you're trying to get up and bang out some guts, and they want, like, allowance or some Fruity Pebbles or some shit. That's true. I get close to that. And then Harper's trying to bond with them over comic books, and they're like, dude, I play Fortnite, you old fuck.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. You're not my real dad.
I'm not going to call you dad, Christopher.
Until he buys him a pack of cigarettes, and then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're cool now.
And they're like, where's the lighter, old man?
All right. Real quick on Flair, and then we'll keep going because we're almost at the end. I love when Flair said, if I would have paid attention all these years to all of these wrestlers who said they had my number, I would have left years ago. And then he says, if you are the best at what you do, then you win at any cost. He went on to say, the horsemen are the nucleus that make our team go round and round. Well, I'll be damned. Thank you, Rick. We'll keep going, though.
That's almost as inspirational as something my football coach would say, isn't it?
No, your football coach is very cookie cutter. He doesn't have the stones and the. He is too much of a cookie cutter corporate type to say what you're thinking. I mean, to say something like Rick. Dr. Death defeats Big Bear Collie, and then we go to a Luger promo, and Luger gets a real positive reaction from the studio audience. I don't have a lot of notes, but the note that I do have is he must be getting more comfortable in the studio because he's not sweating at all. No. Even at the end.
I didn't have anything on this, but to build on that, I would say this is week 3 of him cutting a decent promo.
Yeah. Better than fucking Sting shit.
No kidding.
Dude. Yeah.
I mean, Sting's just like...
He's rising to the challenge, at least. He's trying.
Bruh. We made fun of Lex, right? Haven't we, Doc? A lot of fun of him?
Yes.
I mean, he's not Lutez.
Right. He ain't out there being Flair, and he ain't even out there being Dusty when Dusty's good on the mic, but he damn sure was much better than Sting. And you got to remember...
and he's out there saying, Sting needs a dance partner, too, but I don't even know if that would help. Luger's out there saying, I don't want to press charges. I want to whip ass. Well, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. No, he was on here. I didn't have there were no quotable lines. There wasn't anything like that, but he was just straight up, matter of fact, I'm coming for that belt. He did his job. That's right. So, and now he's taking off his shirt. And again, dude, he's dry, Harper.
I know, look at that.
This is amazing. We went
for his dick, but it wasn't there.
Yeah. It's like it's going to take his pants off.
Right. I was like, oh no, come on, dude.
But he went to paw for his cock, but he was like, oh, my pants are on.
That's how we know you're white. You use the word cock. That's a white guy's word.
Should I say penis?
No, black people say dick, don't they?
Yeah.
I try to keep it clean sometimes.
So you keep a clean cock?
Well, I always keep a clean one of those, but yeah, I mean, come on, man. Okay. Did you, dude? I saw this article one time. It was a legit article. It wasn't from The Onion or one of these other satire sites, and it was giving directions to dudes to make sure that when they shower, they clean their dick appropriately. Because
where'd you find that?
It was on like an NBC, ABC type freaking
like
article.
A real thing telling you how to scrub your dick?
Yeah. And it went on to say that the reason you want to do that, as if a man needs to know to do that, is because your dick, if you don't wash it properly, because of the way the skin folds on it are, your dick can grow dick cheese.
What the fuck?
I was like, dude, are you kidding me? It's like, God, what a freaking stupid article. Like, not that the article's stupid, but if you need to read that to know that, what is wrong with you? What are you, 6?
Family Feud. What percentage, when asked 100 people, 100 BTT Army members, how many would need that article as useful reference guide? Harper.
Hopefully none of them.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I mean, we're all adults here, right?
I would think so. I mean, I would.
There's a couple out there that are probably wielding a cheesy meat sword.
That's nice.
Wow. Really, dude? Okay. Barry Windham defeats Bobby Rose. Barry whoops this poor sap to death. I mean, he just beats him, and it's pretty bad. It was in Men's Health. That's what it was. That was the article. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't care.
It actually has a formal name. Doc's mad. He's ready to wrap up. That's why he's saying he don't care. All right, let's go to JJ Dillon and Barry Windham. They've got the last promo on this week's episode. Here it is.
J.J. Dillon, Dusty Rhodes says he's going to take this away from Barry Windham.
Well, let me put everything into proper perspective. A little earlier in today's program, I mentioned just one isolated incident. I indicated the treatment that we received from Mr. George Formikis at the Virgin Isle Hotel down in St. Thomas. The reason that we receive the finest accommodations every night, the best food that can be laid out, the best champagne that can possibly be served is because Ric Flair is the world champion, Tully and Arn are the world tag team champions, and Barry Windham is the United States heavyweight champion. And the Great American Bash on July 10th in particular is the proven ground as to whether each of the four horsemen deserves and is worthy to continue to carry the gold. I think they are. I know they are. But apparently they've got to prove it to a lot of people across this country. And to put it all in proper perspective, there are 9.7 million potential homes that can watch the event live in their home on pay-per-view. Will you multiply that out by a minimum of at least 3 persons per home? You can really start to appreciate what I'm talking about. July 10th. The Great American Bash in Baltimore will be the most watched sporting event and certainly any wrestling event in this decade. So the only thing I can say is whether you're fans of the Four Horsemen or not, this is going to be the event of a lifetime. And brother, I wouldn't miss it. And Dusty Rhodes, if anybody's going to miss it, brother, I bet you wish it's going to be you when Barry Windham finishes with you July 10th.
You know, I'll tell you what, Dusty Rhodes seems to think that he is the man that teaches the lessons around here. Well, let me tell you what, Dusty Rhodes, the United States Heavyweight Championship belongs to Barry Windham, and I'm going to teach you a lesson just like I just taught that clown. You think the superplex is something you're going to walk away from? Well, you're way over 300 pounds, big boy, and I'm going to put you on the top rope, and I'm going to beat you like you've never been beat before, and I'm going to walk out of there the champ.
The Great American Bash coming your way in Baltimore.
I see JJ is doing wrestling math. Doc, what do you have?
Well, Rick said 9 million. He said 9.7. That's market, not how many people are going to order it. What, probably 150,000 people ordered it?
Are you asking me?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Gotcha.
But Rick said 9 million homes. JJ's trying to tell me 29.1 million are going to watch it. Just to do a little bit of comparison math here, the 1988 Super Bowl was watched by 80 million people in the United States. But I get it. They're trying to make it seem like everybody's going to be watching it. So if you don't, you're left out. You don't want to be left out. How do you not be left out? Buy the fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah, you got to sell it. I mean,
you got to sell it.
But the problem is no one got it, right?
I don't know what number. I don't know what the numbers were on it.
We haven't covered that yet.
Tim Moretti, if you have that in your official research department, why don't you look it up for us? Send it to me. I'd appreciate it, Tim. Long time no speak. All right. So that was the end of the episode. That's how they go off air. Doc, let's rate it. What are you giving this thing?
I think this is a hard one to rate.
I agree.
I struggled with it. It was an hour. I didn't hate it. Nothing really happened. Just going to say a B.
I'm giving it a B too. Everything you just said, nothing really happened. Didn't hate it, but it was average. So if it's average, I
mean, I'd rather watch this than any of the current product up to and including NWA Powerrr. So, okay.
B. What are you giving it, Harper?
A C plus.
Damn.
C plus. Harper's rough, man.
Yeah, he's salty. The Young Bucks pissed him off.
It was a commercial for the fucking pay-per-view.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that is kind of what you're supposed to do, but I get why Harper said that. I mean, nothing really happened. I mean, like,
yeah.
You saw Rick Morgan.
I mean, Rick cut a good promo. He's going to get my Rolex, but other than that, I mean, you can't put your finger on nothing else. That Sting promo was just,
Yeah, fuck that.
I mean, God, what did we just see? So, yeah, I'm with you. So, all right. I gave my Rolex to Rick. Doc, who you giving your Rolex to?
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Harper. Rick?
Yes, Rick.
Hey, speaking of Rick, What's Charlotte done to her face?
You sent me that text, and I didn't know what you were talking about. I mean, is there something I'm missing?
She's had an extensive amount of plastic surgery done, my friend.
You think so?
Like, I mean, what makes you say that? Is it because they're like her lips or something, or cheeks, or what?
Everything.
I mean, she ain't never did nothing for me, so I never really concentrated on her looks. So I don't know.
That's nice.
So you're not gay, but if I walked in with an axe or a hatchet stuck in my head, would you notice?
I would, but I'm just saying her hand wallet don't do nothing for me.
That's nice.
I'm not talking about that. I'm sure Bram beat that up at one point.
Whoa.
Let me stop the Patreon video. Hold on a second. You're sure Bram beat it up? As in how?
Just, birds and the bees kind of stuff.
Sure,
I'm just saying that she's had a lot of work done in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I haven't noticed, man. I mean, I got to be honest. It's not something I've paid attention to. Did you give out your Rolex, though?
Ric Flair.
Yeah, Flair.
All right, so Flair goes with the clean sweep.
No hair, no Flair.
And we got B's, and Harper gave it a C+. Harper, Wildcat Sports, what's the date?
November 3rd, bro.
Harlem Heat will be there. The finals of the tag team tournament is going down. Honky Tonk Man will be there. Psychosis will be there. MVP will be there. It's the Revolution Rumble, the 5th or 6th annual Revolution Rumble. Harper, 6th, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the Revolution Rumble. It's at the Pontchartrain Center in Kenner. Go to Facebook.com and just search Wildcat Sports and Entertainment. Go to wildcatsports.com. Get your tickets. I know the front rows and ringside are already sold out.
Yeah, floor's gone. Yeah.
Floors are gone. Going to be packed. So get there. Again, wildcatsports.com or facebook.com, and then just search for Wildcat Sports there. Because as Harper says, don't give them the slash, Mike. It's not that hard. Just tell them search Wildcat Sports.
Do it.
Why is this so difficult?
It's not that fucking hard.
It ain't that fucking hard, guys. We ain't building a rocket. Doc, I haven't played that one in a long time.
Here it comes, because you're predictable.
No, I don't have it queued up or anything, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I would if
Are you gonna ether somebody at this event?
Nah.
No?
Well, don't give away your game plan before the game, dude.
I might.
Okay. Good to hear.
Doc, I got a folder, and it's got like 40 sound drops in it.
Great.
From back in the day.
Uh-huh.
And I gotta say, as I look at the names of these, as much as It Ain't That Fucking Hard, guys, is a great one.
How about Jesus?
I gotta say, Jesus is great, but there's one we haven't mentioned in a long time. And that is Robert Fuller. I say, Baby's Got a Pot Roast on.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. I've got a short version, which is only 3 seconds, and a long version, it's 450 of him like explaining it, like, you know, the whole how it all went down. But anyway, with that said, Baby's Got a Pot Roast on, Doc. So why don't if you ain't got nothing else, Harper, you got anything?
Nope.
All right, well let's hit that tagline and Harper and get us on home.
Book it, bitch.
Before we get out of here, I want to give a couple shout-outs to our Hall of Fame patrons, but I do want to thank all of our patrons out there. Thank you for your patronage and your support. We hope you enjoy all the extra Patreon content each and every month. As I always say, we've got over 200 plus Patreon exclusive episodes just for you and no one else on our Patreon feed. So thank you for your support. If you're not a patron, remember it's tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. You can sign up for as little as $2 a month. That'll get you access to the world-class shows. If you bump up a little to $5, you get a bunch of other stuff as well. So there you go. But it's a great service. And not only is it a great service, but it helps support what we do with the 8 free shows we kick out every single week. Every single month, along with the bonus content you get for being a patron. And a lot of work goes into this, so we appreciate if you are a patron. So thank you very much. Shout out to the Hall of Fame patrons out there. The list is growing. George Davis, Kevin Carter, Michael Angel, Bob Richards, Rocky Suazo, Christopher Champer, Will Harkey, Robbie Dyson, Rick Beebe, Brad Dunifin, Tom Schlegel, Coach Joey Chase, a.k.a. Willie Chase, Steve Malbasa, LaRon Brown, Kenny Beiersdorf, Glenn Abbott at GA WrestleNut on Twitter, Bobby Murray, Marlon Mueller, a.k.a. at Half Pints Point. Keep cutting them promos, kid. Josh Warren, Everett Starr, Mike Childry, Kyle Riley, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Craig Norman, Johnny on Patreon, the great John Dean, who is at YRC21 on Twitter, Josh Dunn at Ryan in Auburn, good old Justin, Robert Smith, Joseph Ice, Tim Morecci, Adam Price, Brian Evans, Mark Wilson, Armando Martinez, David Jordan, Jesse Jacobs, Chris Myers, Gerald Green, Mitchell Johnson, Mike Prue, Will Parker, Jeremy Bryant, Classy Alex, David DeVries, SV Pageant, Bill Salsa, Big Rich at Spyboy Sports Cap, R.E. Miller 39, Jay Shiny, Ruben Espinoza, Merciless Jones, Jesse Lucas, Chris Browning, Justin _Andretti, Coleman 822, Marty Howell, T-Hog 94, and Godbold Unreal. Thank you for being Hall of Fame Patreon members. Appreciate that. Your support is very much, like I said, appreciated. Also, before I get out of here, check out the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast with Mike Prue and JV. They have a podcast series. They've been doing it for about a year now, where they are breaking down the WWE career of Stone Cold Steve Austin month by month and on a weekly basis. New episodes are released every Wednesday morning. They are available on most platforms, including iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbeam, and Google Play. You can find them on Twitter at BottomLineCast or search BottomLineCast wherever you get your podcast from. Mike and JV also support us on our Patreon feed, as they are the host of the ECW Extreme Livecast that drops every other week on Wednesdays as well. So Mike and JV do a very good job there, and it's good stuff. So hopefully, if you are a fan of ECW and you haven't checked that show out yet, check it out. They do a watch-along format, but they play the promos and whatnot and the audio from it, and it's a great show, and they're doing a great job. So Mike and JV, if you're listening to this, thank you very much, man. We appreciate your support. That's it for now. That's all I got. Thank you again for all the patrons out there and all of your support. And for Doc and Harper, who have already left, you know what we always say when we get out of here, book it, bitch.